Hi everyone, for tonight's nightcap and review, we're having Gatorade in a teacup because we're fancy. And the color matches the cover of our book, which is The Rules of Royalty by Cale Dietrich. I do apologize if I mispronounced that. I did receive an art copy off of NetGalley, but of course I'm giving my honest opinion. These are the tropes. And there are no content warnings listed in the book, and having read it, I don't think there was anything in there that anyone have a problem with. This is targeted towards a YA audience, and I will say I would agree that fits the parameters of an upper YA, maybe mid. I'm not exactly sure, but I do think this book would be appropriate for a lot of audiences. My rating for it is going to be a 4.5. So what's this book about? So this book is about Jamie, who finds out on his 17th birthday that his mother, who passed away, had her best friend and Jamie's adopted mother keep a secret from him. Not only is his father alive, but his father is a king, which makes Jamie a prince. Jamie has never been comfortable with the idea of being the center of the attention. He's always been happy on the sidelines, while others, like his best friend, are at the center. So he can't even grasp the idea that he's an heir to a European throne in a country he's never been to. Thankfully, as he makes his way to Minotaur, and I'm sorry if that's wrong, I think it's Minotaur, to meet his father and family members, they are all loving and welcoming of him, which makes him excited to spend the summer getting to know them. To help him acclimate, his father, the king, arranges for a prince from a neighboring kingdom to come help tutor him in some of the finer points in being a prince. Prince Eric is more than happy to go help the new prince as it gets him out of his own kingdom as it prepares for his older brother's wedding. As these two spend the summer together, they get closer and closer and a connection starts to form. But this connection can become a challenge for his family that has plans for him and his future. So a choice will have to be made either for love or for country. So what are my thoughts? Again, I'm giving this a 4.5. This was such a fun and cute book. I had a good time reading it. There were even stretches where I was able to ignore my phone and TikTok, which is saying something. This book is a spin on The Princess Diaries, and I absolutely adore that movie. And they definitely take inspiration, but it's not like a complete redo. And all the things I loved from that movie were in this book. And some of the things I didn't like from the movie were altered to fit this book, or this book was altered to change them. And I love the changes that were made. But again, it is not a complete redo. It is just a new spin or inspiration from that, and I loved what was done with this book. It was definitely a fun read that had me giggling at moments. Now, for the two MCs, you have Eric and Jamie, which I absolutely adore both of them. They were very lovable. If I had to choose one, I would say Eric is my favorite. He grew up very much in a stiff, prim and proper monarchy before all else household. So at first, he seems like a little cold and aloof, but that's just based on how he grew. He's just very structured and cautious because of people wanting to use him as a prince, and also as a prince he is very limited in how he's allowed to express himself. So my heart went out to him and I really liked him. And then you had Jamie, who had the luxury, I guess you want to call it, of growing up in a loving, warm environment. Yes, he's adopted technically by his mother's best friend, but they don't see themselves as adopted parents. They see themselves as a family unit. And so he's just very warm and caring and loving. And they're not necessarily opposites, but they are definitely what each other needs, and they definitely complete each other in the relationship that I just adored the two of them together. Something else I really enjoyed is that you would think the hidden heir coming back would mean the royal family, like his stepmother and his half brother, would be like off-putting about this hidden heir. But actually, they were loving and exciting and welcoming of him and wanted him in the family. And I just really loved that. That was just a very nice take on this whole situation that I enjoyed. It was very much a blended family that, again, I just enjoyed. Overall, this was a really fun and enjoyable read that I don't typically read this stuff, and it had me giggling and smiling, and I enjoyed it. It will be available December 10th, so soon. Definitely check it out if you're looking for a feel-good read and you're loving The Princess Diaries. You'll probably enjoy this. I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.